Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, we learned how AEM workflows work for content approval. In this video, we are going to learn one of the most important concepts in AEM development, which is Sling models. If you are planning to become an AEM developer, Sling models are something you will use in almost every real world AEM projects. And to understand it properly, will build the concept using custom components. So let's first understand the overall concept. In AM, developers often create custom components based on project requirements. For example, hero banners, cards, product sections, landing pages, custom forms, and many other UI blocks which are usually created as custom components. In this project, our hero banner is a custom component, and whenever author enters data inside the component dialog, that data gets stored inside the AEM repository. But writing all logic directly inside HTL is not considered a good practice in enterprise projects. So that's where Sling models become important because it acts like a bridge between AM content repository stored in JCR and the HTL frontend. So this will help us to separate backend logic and from frontend rendering. Also, this becomes components cleaner, reusable, scalable, and easier to maintain. Now let's understand the project structure inside VS Code and focus only on the important files. First of all, there is a hero banner model.java file. Yes, here this is the main Sling model class for our custom hero banner component. It is responsible for fetching component data, processing it, and providing it to the HTL file. Whenever HTL needs data, it gets the data from this Sling model. Now let's understand some important Sling model annotations step by step. First of all, there is @model. So here this annotation defines the class as a Sling model. Then after here, adaptables means this model adapts from the current AEM resource, and in the optional thing, this means that if some properties are missing, AEM will not throw errors. Then after we have @self annotations. This means that it injects the current resource directly into the Sling model, and it helps us to access the current component resource inside the Java class. Okay. Then after we have a Sling object. This injects Sling objects directly from AEM. In our case, it gives access to the current resource object. After that, we have a annotation called value map value. This one. So it automatically fetches component properties. So if the dialog contains a field called title, AEM automatically injects that value here. We do not need to manually read JCR properties. Okay. Then after we have a annotation called default one, which means it is used for fallback values. If authors do not provide any value, AEM automatically uses the default value. Okay. Then after we have a child resource annotation, which means it is mainly used for multi-fields when authors add multiple feature items, AEM stores them as a child resources, and @child resource helps us to fetch all those child nodes easily. Okay, and at last we have a construct annotation. This is also very important here, as this method runs automatically after all the values are injected into the Sling model. So in our project we are using it for fallback logic, computed properties, and processing multi-field data. For example, if title values are empty, we set default values, and we also process feature multi-field items inside this method. Now let's see another file, which is herobanner.html file. Yes, so this is HTL file which is responsible for rendering the front-end UI. It uses data coming from the Sling model. So data sly use.hero, this whole line connects our HTL file with the Sling model. Now all Java values become accessible inside HTL. After that, @model, which is we can, yeah, @hero.title. Here HTL is simply displaying the title value coming from the Sling model. So now the complete flow becomes, firstly it will be dialog, then after Sling model, HTL, and at last it will be UI. After that we will see another file, which is .content.xml. Yes, this one. So this file defines the component dialog. So here author use this dialog to enter content like title, subtitle, background image, CTA button, and feature items. After that we have a file called content.xml, which is of hero banner. This file defines the component itself. It tells AEM the component title, component group, and how it appears inside the component browser. Okay, for CSS and front-end styling, we have these two files which contain CSS and front-end styling. For this video, our main focus will be to understand Sling models only. Now let's deploy the project and test the component in AEM. So for that, open terminal and you will run mvn clean install. Yes, this command builds the complete AEM project. Once the build is successful, two important files will be generated. One will be UI apps package zip file, and the second one will be for core bundle Java jar file. We'll look those two files in just a few minutes. And another command you can write is mvn clean install sudo install bundle and auto install package. So this is the another command which deploys both the core bundle containing the Sling model and the UI.apps package containing component file. So I'll prefer to run mvn clean install. So after running this whole command, you will get a message called build successful. Okay. Now we will go to package manager and upload the package which we have generated. So the file would be in our project folder inside UI.apps target this demo.ui.apps snapshot. We will select this folder and click on OK, and we will just simply install. So this installs all component files, dialogs, HTL and client libraries into AEM. So after installing it will take, so for installation it will take 5 to 10 minutes to install. And then after, next we need to upload the core bundle containing the Sling model Java classes. So we will go to bundle AEM web console bundle. Here we will simply click on install and update, choose our file. Now our file will be different, which will be our selected project folder. In that, now we will select inside core target, and yes, demo.core snapshot will be uploaded into the bundle web console bundle. Here we will just simply click on install or update. Then after, we will make sure the status of our installed bundle would be active, because if it would not be active, AM will not be able to load the Sling model. Now after installing both packages, here comes the interesting part. To understand the Sling model in our custom component, we'll simply go to AEM. Inside, we'll select our page and try adding the component. It will take a few seconds to open. Yes, it is open. So now here we will drag our component, or we just simply check. Okay, here you can see our hero banner component is currently not visible inside the component browser. This happens because the component is not yet allowed in the page template. So for that, we'll configure the template and allow our custom component. First, let's check which template this page is using. So here, as you can see, there is a hero page template. So we'll give component into template first, and for that we will go to templates. From tool section, select vretail hero page template. It will take a few seconds. Yes, it is open. Now inside the template editor, we'll go to a layout container. Click on the policy icon. Here we can control which component are allowed for this template. So now from the component list, find our component custom component group. Yes, here. In our case, the hero banner component is inside the demo components group. Select the hero component and save the policy. Done. Now the component is allowed for this template. So if we go back to our page editor, from here, our page editor, let's check again. Yes. So our custom hero banner component becomes visible inside the component browser. Now we just simply add this. So here comes the default message, welcome to AEM, and the subtitle will also be the welcome to AEM. Now we just simply change the title. This is my first Sling model demo. In subtitle we can give anything like this is Sling model subtitle. Yes, done. So uh, once we enter data inside the dialog, the Sling model automatically fetches everything and the HTL renders the final UI on the page. So in real world enterprise AEM project, Sling models are used almost everywhere. They are commonly used with custom components to keep applications modular and maintainable. Instead of putting complex logic inside HTL, developers write basic logic inside Sling models. This makes development clear and easier to scale. So we can use Sling models in our custom components, core component extensions, headless APIs, JSON exporters, content fragments, and many enterprise level implementation. So in this video, we have learned why Sling models are important, how it works, all important annotations, and how actual data flows from dialog to UI. In the next video, we'll continue exploring more important AEM development concepts. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.